Her message got through to, a handful of extended family, immediate family, who all have accepted Christ, become believers. And, that was, her reason for sticking around at the end, was to be able to talk to as many family members as she could, because she wanted to get them that story.
Jane was a person that just had a warm smile and an infectious personality that she walked into a room and people gravitated towards her. But it was the outside of her that people were drawn to, but then it also was her time that she would spend with people, asking them questions about themselves, she's so selfless, and just wanting to know their name, what they do, their background, their story, where they came from. And that gave her that opportunity just to share about Christ.
I remember way back when I was probably still a teenager, some customers came into one of the stores and she was helping them, and they were new to Canada, and she invited them actually back to our house for dinner in the evening, so that she could just build a relationship and get to know somebody, so that she would have the opportunity to share.
Jane would get to know those neighbors, Dave as well. They would just spend time with people, invest in those relationships. And then it was, hey, can your kids come to church with us? We'll pick them up, let them come with us. And they picked up kids around the neighborhood. They said, we'll bring them back by lunchtime or just after lunch, and they would take them to Sunday school.
At Mom's funeral, there was somebody who said, your mom used to come and pick me up, when I was a kid, and bring me to church.
Yeah.
I had the privilege of experiencing that in many different places around the world as we went on missions trips together with Dave and Jane, and just seeing those places where she was showing the love of Christ. One of the powerful ways she did that was Jane was always present in the moment. She was present there and could see where people had needs, and she wasn't distracted by everything else around. She was focused on the people.
So Jane was actually really apprehensive about sharing about Christ, her faith, with her family and extended family and relatives. But she said at one point, I would rather them know than allow my discomfort and my awkwardness, or what are they going to say or think, than worry about any of that. That's got to get washed away. This didn't come until later years. She said this didn't happen right away. This was something that I had to build up to. And she'll say, I'm not really that kind of a person like that. But people gravitate to her. They want to talk to her. People just love being in Jane's presence. So I think one of the main things I learned from Jane, even though she's my mother-in-law, but just to be 100% unapologetic about my faith.
One of the things that always will forever stick in my mind is when we were told she's not coming home from the hospital. The surgeons had done everything they could, and they said, geez, there's no way she's going to live. We tried to keep her as comfortable as possible, and she's not going to be leaving here. And 9 days later, she left the hospital to go home to her house. She was there for another 4 weeks plus, and that's when a lot of extended family and close family spent a lot of time at the house. People traveled in, and I think she was relentless in her fight to battle her disease so that she could still share. Her message got through to, a handful of extended family, immediate family, who all have accepted Christ, become believers. And, that was, to me, her reason for sticking around at the end, was to be able to talk to as many family members as she could, because she wanted to get them that story.
Even though having spent a fair number of years in life together and seeing her live out Christ, was especially in the closing time, near the end of Jane's life, I saw a powerful intentionality that she wanted to use every opportunity, every platform, every visit in order to share the love of Christ and what that had meant in her life. And they purposefully drew together family so that they could share, this is what Christ has meant to Jane, and with the express opportunity for this can make a difference in your life as well. And that was powerful. And I know that there are people that are going to be in heaven, in the kingdom, that are there because of their response to that time together in purpose with Jane.
And her determination that she knew that she had to finish strong, even though that wasn't the timing she had. She had said all along, God's timing is perfect. I don't understand it, but his timing is perfect. So she just put the pedal to the metal. That woman drove fast on the roads. She drove real fast in those last few weeks. And her goal was to reach as many people as she could, and she's still doing it.